Hey, friends! Your old pal, Barkey J. Dog here, back with another movie review. This time we're talking about kind of a weird one. A movie I just happened to trip across, and since I watched it, I figured, why not review it for you? This is a silent film. Hey, slow down. Don't go away, No. Come back now. Hear me out. We're talking about The Leopard Woman from 1920. Our story goes like this. Jolly old England needs to make a treaty with a remote native tribe in Africa so they can glom onto some mineral deposits. To get the job done, they hire this great white hunter dude by appealing to his patriotism. So he says, I say, jolly good show. And he prepares a safari to go up to this tribe. But another foreign power, we'll call them the bad guys, also want to glom onto the minerals. So they employ this lady, known as Madame. She's the Leopard Woman, an unscrupulous agent for hire. Her orders are to slow Studley Do right down, and if she can't do that, to kill him outright. She agrees for the right price. So she sets up her own safari, and coincidentally meets up with the Great White Hunter's safari. She plays the innocent, of course, and gets in good with this Bwana, deciding to slow him down instead of killing the guy. She feigns sickness, and then she tries to seduce him along the way, because she's fallen in love. It says here that his fate is held in the hollow of a woman's hand. But I think you'd rather she held something else there, but I digress. But he resists her charms, so she throws a hissy fit and orders her servant to kill the guy. Then she feels bad about it. Will she go through with her mission? Will she give up her evil plans and switch over to the fair play so cherished in jolly old England, or what? In our cast, we have Louise Glaum as Madame, the so-called Leopard Woman. She was billed as a vamp, and in fact, she's one of the original vamps, or vampires. Not a vampire like Bela Lugosi. Bela Lugosi wouldn't have looked that good in a tight dress, no. These were characters who were wild, out for a good time, and free and easy with their feminine virtues. They seemed to delight in seducing a man and ruining his life, then dumping him and moving on. So, just like in real life, vamps were a thing in the silent era, and some actresses made a whole career out of playing the vamp. But this chick, man, I don't know. I guess your great-great-granddad might have gotten all hot and bothered, but I can't see what the appeal is exactly. Theobarda was another one, probably the most famous of the vamps. But I never thought she was too much to write home about either. No, a true vamp you could go for? How about Louise Brooks? Man, clear the way. Hot and sexy, coming through, am I right? She knew how to play a vamp when it was called for. Or how about this vamp? Margaret Livingston. She was married to Paul Whiteman, the famous band leader. She vamped it up in one of the greatest films of all time, Sunrise in 1927. Here she was the woman from the city, who stops by a small town, seduces a man, and takes him away from his wife, then dumps him when she gets bored. She was hot stuff in that one. But in this movie, we're stuck with Uggo here as the vamp. Well, maybe that's a bit harsh, you know. Glaum was Theobarda's main rival in the vamp game, and many at the time felt she was the better actress. She starred in a lot of vampy movies, such as Sahara, Sweetheart of the Doomed, Greater Than Love, The Lone Wolf's Daughter, and a movie called Sex, which came out the same year as The Leopard Woman. When the vamp fad began to shrink in popularity and her waistline began to expand, Glaum made her last movie in 1925. Then she left Hollywood and turned to the stage, where she enjoyed a modicum of success. The director of The Leopard Woman was Wesley Ruggles, brother of the famous comedic actor Charles Ruggles. He started out as an actor himself, even working briefly with Charlie Chaplin. Then he became a director and worked all the way up until the 1940s. He directed such fare as Sing You Sinners, Cimarron, No Man of Her Own, The Bride Comes Home, and See Here, Private Hargrove. Anyway, we also have Noble Johnson as the Leopard Woman's servant. He was in a ton of stuff, usually as a native chieftain or an Indian or something like that. He played the Nubian in the original 1932 version of The Mummy. He was the native chief in King Kong, Chief Redshirt in She Wore a Yellow Ribbon, and Queequeg in the 1930 version of Moby Dick. Overall, he appeared in almost 150 films. Those are your big-name brands right there. The movie does depict natives in Africa, so you might think, given the time in which this was made, you'd see some bad things, but really, it plays fairly fair on that score. Some natives do look shocked when they're hearing music from a phonograph for the first time, and then they dance to the music, but I didn't think that was unrealistic. You also have a lot of porters here on the safari, and they seem okay. The one thing here is that this native tribe does have a giant metal stew pot, like the cannibals do in cartoons, but you only see that briefly. I mean, where do they get that out in the jungle? Really? I mean, I don't know. This disc came from Alpha Video. They specialize in pushing out public domain content, so you get a lot of rough-looking prints or movies chopped up for TV distribution, so they can be a mixed bag. When it comes to silent pictures, they don't even bother to put in a proper soundtrack. If this were Criterion or Kino Lorber, they'd commission a proper score, but these guys don't bother with that. So instead, you just have some random classical music tossed in there. But at least you could see the movie. Hopefully, another company does this one up right and shows off Glaum's surviving films a little better. This movie's pretty dry, but interesting as it showcases an example of a vamp character. Glaum may not have been the vampiest vamp, but she's trying, and like Thea Barta, many of her films have been lost, so it's interesting to see her vamp it up in one. So, I'm giving The Leopard Woman 1 3/4 paws up. An interesting curio if you're curious. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.